So I'm gonna just do a throwback intro real quick. Hey, what's up, folks? It's your boy DJ81 on the channel Skins for Life, where the hat bleeds burgundy and gold. It's been, I don't know how long it's been since I've said that. Like literally 3 years since I've had that intro, but thought I'd do it. So the hat will be on for this one. So figure I'd do a 3-point play type commentary because one, I want to get something off my chest that's concerning RG3 and what's been going on with that. Try not to spend too much time on that. I also want to talk about the about to say Marvin Harrison. I forgot his name, dude from Pittsburgh. That, you know, returned his kids' trophies. I got something to say about that. And then I think the last thing will be about what's gonna be released on Xbox One in a few days. I mean, early access, of course, Madden 16. And then the fact that I'm gonna have my copy on. I'm kind of okay. Well, let's get that out the way since we're on Madden 16. Alright, so Xbox One users will get their start on the early access in about a couple of days. It's Wednesday, yeah, right now. Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, early, late night, whatever you want to call it. So Thursday, they get their 10 hours of the early access for Madden 16. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming from Xbox users and anybody who has an early copy, which is estimated to be about 800 people, which is kind of crazy. So, but my copy should be coming next week, and what I plan to do will be to do a first 15 minutes recording that will upload to YouTube. Then I think at the same time have a live stream, possibly. That's potentially. And then maybe after 3 days, an impression video. This is all pending on the amount of schoolwork that I have to do, because this week is fairly light, but next week probably not going to be a joke. And then after that, after about a week or two, a review. My first ever review of a game on this channel. Had this channel for a good long time. First ever review. So alright, so I got Madden 16 out the way, so that's point number one. Alright. Should I go with Griffin or let's go with Griffin. I don't have a problem with anything he said, and neither should you. The reason is because as an athlete, that measures your confidence level. To me, I know that when he spoke how he felt about himself and how he looks at things and how he proceeds. It's not just something about football, it's about life in general. If you think you're the best, if you feel like you're the best, you're gonna hopefully be successful in what you're trying to do. I don't think he's around here trying to be mediocre, even though right now reality is that he is mediocre. But he's not going to accept that, and why should he? I would want a quarterback on my team that doesn't accept mediocrity. He knows he's not good right now. He knows he has to show it on the field. He even says so right after the quote, but you know, we do have people in the media that understanding that that's their job to, you know, get the catchphrase headlines to put in their tweets, their article headlines, stuff like that. It's like clickbait, basically. But I felt like what they did with Griffin was wrong, was outright wrong, and beyond the ethics of journalism. Basically, they took the one sentence out of what was a great interview. You can see the video. I'm sure I'll probably have the link in the description. But was a great interview and very insightful, very truthful, very honest. This is the Griffin that gets shelled when he opens up like that, and that's crazy. That he can't. That he comes to Washington, he can't be himself anymore. Like, if he doesn't say anything, people get on him. If he says too much, and it's like, if he even keeps it balanced, people get on him. But basically, they took the quote, "I feel like I'm the best quarterback in the league." And basically what they did, they took that one line and then they removed a word. I kid you not. You search "I am the best," you'll find a ton of articles that are just going at Griffin and basically just saying, well, he shouldn't be saying this, it doesn't make sense, he's not the best. I was like, that's not what he's saying. And matter of fact, if you actually go to the source article, source interview, you don't even have to read the article itself. You can go to the source interview and listen for yourself, and listen to how Griffin is talking about how he approaches the game. Now, if, let's say, Michael Jordan, it really was Michael Jordan's approach. If he didn't have that approach, he would not be the best basketball player. Well, yeah, he wouldn't be the best basketball player ever. And it's okay to say that about him now, because the results are there. It's in history that he got to the point where he was the unquestioned best basketball player ever. Unquestioned. But before then, what kept him going after being cut from his high school team? What kept him going after hitting the game-winning shot for North Carolina? What kept him going even though his team had nobody on it, as he was getting beat up by like the greats like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Dr. J? And what kept him going to carry the first three-peat? What kept him going to what kept him going basically to retire and then come back? What led him to come back? He's a competitor. That's basically what Griffin is. His competitive nature is right now second to none. But unfortunately for him, it hasn't shown on the field, and that's the reality. But he understands that and knows he needs to prove that. He even says so right after the part of the quote that was cut off. He says that. So I'm proud that my quarterback is on that level where his mindset doesn't accept mediocrity and that he wants to be the best. And he just has to go out there and do it. Just ball. So I had no problems with it. A couple of media folks have gone out and said that it's really nothing. Even Jay Gruden just came out earlier and had pretty much said, y'all made a big deal out of it, not us. Like, we don't think nothing of it. Every athlete wants to strive to be the best. Why do you compete if you don't want to strive? Like, I strive to be the best. Whenever I step on a football field, I feel like nobody can cover me. It kind of sounds like Deshaun Jackson. I get out on that football field, I feel like nobody can touch me. That's the way I feel. That's the way I carry myself. It's that drive that helps me get through tough moments. It's also that drive that helps me, really smile when you had those moments, like when you're in the zone. But I digress. Other than that, I had no problems with what Griffin said. Alright, James Harrison, that was his name. It took so long to remember his first name. James Harrison will be the final point. James Harrison returned his kids' trophies after he learned that they were participation type trophies. I don't have a problem with this either. You know, you got all these people, and the kids' ages 6 and 8. Those are his two sons, 6 and 8. So he had them return the trophies, and the lesson that he wants to teach his kids is that you shouldn't get a trophy just because you tried your best. You should get a trophy because you earned it. Like, you won, you were the best. And it's funny that talking about Griffin and then segueing into James Harrison, the fact that I'm 35 years old, and I go downstairs, I look at my trophy case. I have no participation trophies. I have either a first place trophy or a runner-up trophy. I don't even think I have a third place. No, I don't even have a third place trophy. And I understood. And of course, people are going to say it was a different time, you know, when I was growing up versus, that's kind of weird. But anyway, during the time that I was growing up, during the time like my father was growing up, it's all about first, second, or third. And those are the places, those are the levels that you would get trophies. If you won, you got the winner's trophy. If you lost, you were the runner-up. Hell, in some cases you'd be lucky to get a trophy at all. But to tell these kids that, oh, they showed up and here's your trophy for showing up. What? Man, if I had kids, I would have them return the trophy too. I just don't feel like you show up, but you don't do anything. No, I believe in people earning their keep. So if you just show up, I'm glad you're here. Now do some work and try to be the best at what you can do, so that way you can win a first place trophy or a runner-up trophy, because maybe your best wasn't good enough, but it was good enough to be better than everybody else except that one other person or one other team. That's the way life is. You're either a winner or a loser. In all cases, everyone tried. Just that the winner lucked out. That's just the way it is. You know, I've lost games. I've won. I think I've won more games in my career in various sports than I've lost. So I'm not. I don't stress when I lose. It's one of those things like, if I lose, I can always get them back. There's always a rematch. There's always a second chance. There's always another day. But these kids growing up today need to learn to take that L and go home empty-handed and learn how to deal with it, because the lessons that are being taught now, that everyone's entitled to a trophy just because they showed up, leads to, in an indirect way, being shot on the streets because they couldn't take that L. I'll let y'all figure out how that correlates, because it's an extreme correlation. But you gotta understand, if you don't know how to deal with the tough times in life, if you don't know how to take that L, then all you're gonna do is find the easy way to win, or you're gonna find the easy way to, you know, have a hissy fit, which kids tend to do these days. They throw a hissy fit because they didn't get credit for just being there, which is bullshit. I believe there's either a winner or a loser. So, alright, so I think that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about. So just to go over everything, Madden 16, basically I'm going to do first 15 minutes recording, like raw footage, first 15 minutes. There's plenty of gameplay out there right now, but for me and for my channel, I am going to put out a first 15 minutes. Then after that, an impressions video. I may do a live stream, and then a review about 2 weeks later. So So, and then now, Griffin, no problems with what he said. James Harrison, no problems with what he did. Other than that, now, how did it, can I use the intro for the outro? Yeah, let's do it, for old time's sake. So once again, this your boy DJ81 on that channel, Skins for Life, ending the 3-point play with the hat that bleeds burgundy and gold. Peace. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Dead straight taking L's left and right. Peace. Okay, not the type of lighting that I'm looking for, but this is the Griffin that gets shelled. Balance people get on. But basically they